NFL schedule releases Wednesday, May 14th. Right now we have some leaks. We get into those. Some primetime games. Raiders don't have one. Also, we talk about Carr retiring. He had a great career. He's gone. We also talk about offensive and defensive players from the past. Add to our current rosters this year. See which one will put us over the hump. We get into it on the Third and Thirsty podcast right now. Let's go.
Go Chargers, go.
Welcome to the Third and Thirsty podcast, your one-pot stop for Broncos, Chargers, Raiders, Kansas City referee, and Taylor Swift free AFC West banter. I'm your host, Alex Bell. I'm representing the Denver Broncos. To my left, I have Omar Rubio, only Charger fan I've ever met in my life. To my right, I have Edgar Larios. He's representing the Los Angeles or the Oakland or the Las Vegas, wherever the hell they decide to play next year, Raiders. How we doing today, boys?
Pretty good. After a good weekend, Mother's Day weekend.
Yeah, we get our mothers right.
Yep, shout out to all the moms.
Yep.
Without them, we wouldn't be here, literally.
Indeed. So this week, just kind of still rolling, trying to figure out how to put an hour together. Not a whole lot going on except for rookie training camp, and we already know how those things are going. Rookies are there and they're playing football, or at least they're playing kind of half football. So we'll talk a little bit about the schedule that's leaked so far. We're recording this on Tuesday night. The schedule comes out tomorrow by the time this episode comes out. The whole schedule will be out. There's a few leaks that we could get into today. Next week we'll get into it a little bit more in depth and do the Third and Thirsty podcast analyzation on that. And but this week we'll just talk about the few games that have come out. We'll get into some news and tidbits. We'll talk about Derek Carr a little bit, him retiring, and then maybe if we have time, we'll pick a player from offense and defense from each team's past to go into this year's team and to see if we could build the best roster available. So let's get into the schedule a little bit. Week one.
Oh, week one. Well, the first game that came out, what is that? Eagles, is it at Cowboys? Or is it
Eagles are at home because they won the
home.
Super Bowl, so they get the home game.
That should be a decent game right out of the gate.
It's a good rivalry.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of hope for it. I know it's a divisional game, but I just don't have a lot of hope of being a very good game. I think Philly's going to smack the Cowboys. Shout out Junior. Pick is going out there and probably ripping his jersey off AB style at halftime because he only has a couple of targets. I don't know. Philly's too good. I think. I think
their defense is definitely going to test that new receiver they picked up, George Pickens. So we'll see. Everybody's super hyped about him. So
yeah,
I'm not too worried about Pickens on the Cowboys. Look at all the other divas that have left Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it never works out.
Yeah,
I think Mike Tomlin kind of knows when to cut ties with a diva wide receiver. At least he's shown that here in the past with AB and there's been a few others.
But when it comes to our teams, man, the Chargers got the next day's first game. Well, first Friday game ever, if I'm not mistaken. Might have been one last year.
Last year was Packers and Eagles.
Yeah. But week one on a Friday, that's pretty big. In Brazil, if I can learn how to talk.
I was going to say, is that the Spanish way to say it? I didn't know that.
In Brazil, hopefully the field's in a little bit more better condition than last year's game in Brazil.
That's right.
But yeah, Chargers Chiefs. It's a Chargers home game. Unfortunately, we get one less home game, which actually doesn't really make a difference. We'll probably have more Chargers fans there.
Yeah, I was going to say. I don't think it makes a difference. They'll probably have more fans in Brazil than they will in LA.
Hopefully we get maybe a hometown stadium outside of our home.
Damn, it sucked to only be able to go there every couple of years to go to your home stadium. But it sure will be a good game. I'm definitely looking forward to that game a lot more than I'm looking forward to the Eagles-Cowboys.
Yeah, and then a little tidbit about that is that the Chargers actually could have blocked this game as one of their home games at home to keep it at home in SoFi. So I feel like the Chargers are ready for it. They want all that smoke. They don't want to let
They didn't care who.
Yeah, they don't want to let the Chiefs get a gauge on them after a week or 2 weeks or whatever. They just want nobody's hurt, everybody's fresh. Let's see who the best team is.
I don't know. I don't want to give them too much credit. One, because the Chargers a bunch of bitches, but also, again, the home field advantage literally doesn't mean anything. They're gonna have just as many fans in Brazil as they would at home. And two, you're getting the Chiefs before they really start to gel. They're coming off that big Super Bowl loss, so I'd want to catch them early too. I think it was pretty smart, the Chargers going ahead and accepting that game. Get the Chiefs out of the way, try to get them early, catch them off guard, try to get that divisional win early.
Yeah, I saw it that way too.
Yeah,
Another way of looking at it, but I saw it that way too. But I just feel like it's just a statement by Harbaugh, just wanting to, like I said, take it on full strength. Both teams. Hopefully, everybody will be healthy at that point of the season. First game,
sure.
So hopefully no significant injuries in the preseason. Edgar, you can always put all those bad juju back.
You gotta stop blaming him because he's made out of glass. It's not my fault.
Well, we just have to go back to that one podcast where you said you hope Dre Greenlaw gets hurt.
Yeah.
So that'll forever be your God dang it. What's the word I'm looking for? Your reputation.
Yeah.
Gosh dang it. There we go. So yeah, but that'll be a good game. That's a good way to start off the season. We'll be on a little golf trip that weekend, so we'll have to find a place to go and find a place
for
to
free
watch
on
that.
YouTube.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
perfect. If anything, we could watch it on our phones at a bar.
Exactly. While still watching a clip of the Third and Thirsty,
Hell yeah, man.
2 screens.
Yeah, right at the bar, bugging the hell out of all the people who are like, what are you watching? Why are you watching yourself talking on a black couch? Yeah, no, that'll be a good game, man. Looking forward to that. Again, a lot more than I'm looking forward to the Cowboys-Eagles. Should be a good matchup. How did it play out last year? Did they split? No, they got swept.
No, they got swept, but both games were pretty close.
Yeah,
One we lost on it was a tie game, and then they won on a doink field goal that went in. And then
More black magic.
Yeah, more black magic.
I mean,
But both games were close.
It's definitely going to be a good game, but I didn't really think about how Alex said that it's going to take time for them to gel, especially because they're going to have a whole new front line. But I can definitely see the Chargers defense just giving Patrick Mahomes a lot of fucking trouble.
Yeah, their left tackle that they drafted will be his first game. So
Let's hope that they put Khalil Mack over there and give him a good welcome to the NFL.
yeah, we'll see. I mean, certainly could. Well, so that at this point of recording, that's the only Charger game that's leaked. We can skip over the Raiders pretty quick because they have had no games leaked because no one gives a shit about the Raiders.
I mean, they have to save the best for last, but it's okay.
They'll have to save the last for last. Broncos already have 3 games that are leaked. One random game. I don't know why this game is leaked already. The Week 1 game against Tennessee at home. Cam Ward, welcome to the NFL. You get the best defense on the road at Mile High. So kind of feels like another preseason game that the Broncos get to start Week 1. It'll be nice since they haven't won a Week 1 game in it feels like 5-6 years. They started off 0-1. I honestly can't remember the last time they won Week 1. It's been a long time. Last week they even started 0-2. So it'll be nice to get a win to start the season. I'm already calling it now. Broncos start the season 1-0.
I'm gonna come back, screen record this exact moment to talk shit back on Alex after Week 1.
If the Broncos lose Week 1 against Tennessee, I'll wear a Chargers jersey and a Raiders hat for that podcast.
You heard it here first. They're thirsty.
Yeah.
Watches the trap game. And y'all just
shit. I mean, weird things happen in Week 1, but I feel pretty confident the Broncos could beat the worst team in the league, even if they have a new quarterback.
You guys don't have really too much to change in both sides. So
Right. The Broncos have pretty much the same team returning, just a couple of improvements at areas of need. So definitely see that being a win. Other game that's leaked, another easy win, the Jets in London. London game is always tough.
I was about to say, just the travel.
Yeah, but I mean, the Jets have to do the same thing, minus a few hours on the plane ride, I guess. That's on the 12th, a day before my wedding anniversary, so that'll be fun. NFL schedule makers, we'll get into it a little even more, and personally just ruining my life. It also means that their bye is probably going to be the next week, which is my birthday. So they don't play on my birthday weekend for the second year in a row, which is fun.
At least you get to enjoy it.
Yeah, I guess I don't have to stress about the Broncos. Yeah, I mean, they should definitely beat the Jets. Justin Fields, even though Fields handled the Broncos pretty well last year with the Steelers. But that was week 2 before the Broncos had their feet under them. So I definitely see that being a win. You guys have anything on those games?
I mean, that one's going to be a little bit more tougher than the Titans for sure. I feel like Jets had a really good defense. It's just really bad year.
Yeah.
And the offense, I mean, I'm sure you guys can take care of that easily.
Definitely.
But, I mean, with the running quarterback, you never know.
Yeah, I mean, you never know how plays are going to or games are going to work out. Feel pretty confident about those 2 games, though.
Yeah, the only thing I worry about there is the travel. You know, travel either with family, you got to get them situated. It's just a whole different way of playing about that week's game.
Yeah. Nice thing about a 6:30 London game is you get to wake up and have a beer at 6:30. So that's not the end of the world. The other game that leaked, one that I hate, Broncos playing on Christmas, is just they never play well on Christmas. They're playing the Chiefs at Kansas City. Could be a huge game depending on how the season goes. Just really wish it was any other day except for Christmas. They played the Chiefs really well at Kansas City last year. Shout out Alex Forsyth for falling backwards really fast. Slow that down a little bit and definitely walk away with that game with a win. And Bo Nix's first signature win after that long drive to get him in that position. So next year we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes this year for them.
Yeah,
Christmas, same thing with the travel. Christmas, just the distraction of Christmas itself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're probably doing stuff with your family in the morning, so you're not really fully thinking about the game like you would be on a regular Sunday.
Oh, I'll be thinking about the game all day.
I'm saying the players. You know, they got their family stuff to do. They're worried about.
They'll be locked in, man. It'll be a divisional game.
Sure
It could be for the division if things really work out well.
True, that late into the season.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing for me is like, you never know. Fucking Chiefs can be getting lucky.
I know the Chiefs
for
could
another
be
year.
fucking 16-0 at that point, 15-0 at that point.
Hey, they're starting off with a loss. I don't know what you guys are thinking, but I'm thinking they're starting off with a loss.
They could be 14-1. But yeah, man, any other day except for Christmas, I would have loved that.
I mean, that week 1 better be a loss. If not, there's going to be a whole year of us thinking they're getting lucky again.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Just the way that things go on Christmas for the Broncos, I could already see Taylor Swift celebrating like 8 different touchdowns and Al Michaels talking about Taylor Swift and Patrick Mahomes with his jersey off in the 4th quarter, and it's just a celebration by that point, but I sure hope not. We'll see. I think
for all our sakes, I think we all hope not. Nobody else. Yeah, sure.
No one wants to see that. So yeah, those are the games that have leaked so far. Hopefully next week we get some nice surprises and see some things fall our way. I'm sure we'll want to try to get down to a couple games in LA.
Yeah, definitely.
Broncos and the Raiders coming to town. We'll have to drive down there.
Another thing about the schedule is I'm just excited personally for what the Chargers social media team is going to do. They've set the bar pretty high the last couple of years with that Sims last year, all those hidden Easter eggs within each actual scene was just over the top.
Yeah, they always nail it. They're always
I mean,
at the top.
They should be. They have like the best graphic designers out there.
Yeah, that's true. They got some pretty good creative people down there putting those things together. So, yeah, I mean, last year was The Sims. The year before that was like an anime.
Yeah, and then the year before, those 2 years of anime. It was so good the first year they had to run it back.
Those were super tight. The Broncos social media team really needs to step it up. Broncos social media team, if you're listening, do a lot better than having Lewis Hamilton try foods from different places. That was so.
I forgot about that. That was so bad.
Like the Chargers burn the shit out of the Broncos, and then you go to the Broncos video, and it's just like him eating avocado toast and be like, "Yeah, this is actually pretty good." Anyways, they play the Chargers this week.
Avocado toast.
The best part of the Sims one last year was when they did it against the Raiders, and it was like clowns, and then on the background you could see they had a QR code for a clown college, but it just took you to the Raiders homepage. That was hilarious. That was just like chef's kiss on there.
Yeah, they had some good ones. The year before that, the Broncos had... Oh, it was The Office. They had Angela Kinsley from The Office. That was not bad.
Can't go wrong with
The year
The
before
Office.
that, they had Russell Wilson and Peyton Manning.
They're just saying "Let's ride" after every game.
I mean, that was the hype of Russ, or that was the actual peak of Russ hype.
Week 12, we were playing the Chargers. Let's ride.
Hey, we thought we had something then, man. It went downhill pretty damn quick, but at that point, we thought we had something there. So he was in the schedule release video, which again just showed you how much control and influence he had over the franchise at that time. Thank
Crazy.
God that's over. I don't think Bo Nix will be in the video tomorrow. I hope he's not. Then I'll look like an idiot.
Nah, I highly doubt it.
What have the Raiders done? Have they done anything?
Honestly,
cool?
I really don't remember last year.
Yeah, I guess they
it
don't
was
really
pretty
remember
like.
those.
I mean, it was just like I just remember it had like a lot of the Raider fans on there and just. But to tell you the truth, I really don't remember.
Yeah.
So we all agree, Chargers social media team is the GOAT. Schedule releases.
Yeah. There's no
That's the only
fight
thing
there.
they're good at right now.
Yeah.
At least we're winning something. Shit.
I am looking forward to seeing what they put out tomorrow. The Broncos, I just really hope they do a lot better than last year. That was so trash. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what games come out next year tomorrow, seeing if I could try to get out to Denver for a game. Last year, got out for the season opener. That didn't go very well. But it was fun. Get out there. Almost got in a fight in the bathroom
Damn.
with a Bronco fan. Me and my brother are standing in line for the bathroom. And it's a long line. It was halftime. It was the only time that guys use the restroom at a game, right? So only time you have to wait in line. Long line, we finally get into the restroom, and this dude walks by everybody. He goes, Richard! Pretend like he's looking for his friend. And as soon as the urinal opens up, he just blows by everybody and walks in and takes a urinal. So when he's walking out, my brother, who is bigger than me, 6'2", full muscle, and then the two guys behind us were also a lot bigger than me. My brother said something to him. I think my brother told him, "I hope you piss your pants." And the guy turned around and like tried to like flex his muscles and stuff. And then me, my brother, and those two guys that were way bigger than me, just kind of stepped up, and he was just like, "Oh, I'm out of here." He was like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna bounce." So yeah, almost got in a fight with a Bronco fan at Mile High last year.
Damn.
So hopefully that doesn't happen again this year. I'm surprised I didn't get beat up in LA last year with all the shit I was talking in the first half.
Nah, you were with me, man. Nobody's
Yeah,
fucking with you.
well, I was talking enough shit to get beat up.
It's because more than half of the whole stadium was probably Broncos fans.
That's true. There wasn't a lot of Charger fans there to be intimidating. So, well, any other games this schedule leak so far? Week 1, got the Niners and the Seahawks. I mean, that'll be kind of fun, I guess. It's a divisional game.
Divisional game.
That's the only other week 1 game that's leaked.
I feel like the most past recent, there's been more leaks. This year is not that much.
Yeah,
I mean,
they
besides,
usually
like,
start flowing the day of. I think
Yeah,
we'll
true.
know the
Tomorrow
schedules
morning.
before like
Yeah, tomorrow morning should come out. A lot of leaks.
2 or 3 o'clock. We'll know
Oh, definitely.
the schedule tomorrow. And then they drop the tickets like right after they drop the schedule. It makes it really tough to make plans for something 5-6 months out.
I mean, even if you do, they could just say "fuck you" like they did to us last year. Go
No,
from
that's right. Go from Sunday to Thursday night.
to Thursday.
That was the first flex that they've done from Sunday to Thursday.
Yep.
Yeah, that made plans pretty damn difficult, but we pulled it off. Yeah. Okay, so that pretty much covers the schedule, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
pretty
think
much.
so.
Okay. Well, get into a couple of news tidbits. I guess Derek Carr retired.
Yeah, I retired.
Yeah.
Sadly, he retired. I mean, probably not the way he wanted to leave, but injuries and all that family stuff that was going on with them.
What family stuff?
His
brother get sacked again?
No, his wife had a miscarriage.
Oh, that's terrible.
Oh, that's
okay.
crazy. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
sad to hear.
And then yeah, because I mean I'm pretty sure like he needed surgery, but I'm pretty sure he was willing to take the surgery and just miss out out of the year. But I think that really, I mean, personally, I don't know. Like nothing's out there saying that that's exactly why he quit, or he retired. But something tells me with all his family stuff going on and the injury, they're like, you know what, I'm just gonna step away.
I mean, he's still getting paid from this contract too, I think, right?
Yeah, I think I saw that he's keeping all his bonus
Yeah,
money.
he's still getting a huge chunk of his money.
Yeah, I think it works out good for both sides.
Yeah.
Instead of him just being on the shelf for another year, racking up that money, I think all that money comes off the books now for the Saints. They just have to pay him all his bonus money, is what I heard.
Yeah. I mean, Derek Carr, when he was a Raider, man, I know a lot of Raider fans wanted to get rid of him. I don't know how you felt about that at that time.
I was honestly like, to this day, I still think he was. I mean, technically, he was the best quarterback we had since I became a fan. Like, and I loved him. He was like one of the best quarterbacks that I personally saw. But a lot of Raider fans didn't like him because obviously, like, the record didn't show it. But I don't know why they didn't really realize that our defense was never top of the half of the NFL. Like, we've always been the 20th and below in defense. And
Yeah. I mean, they kind of like were really quick to get him out of town, but ever since he's left, I mean,
yeah, we went back.
hasn't gotten any better. Grass isn't always greener. Getting rid of
as soon as we left,
like
as soon as he
Derek Carr.
left, like we went back to the quarterback carousel. We fucking already gone through like 7 or 8 quarterbacks
Right.
already, but it was. I mean, of course, McDaniels, like always, it was his fault. The reason why Carr left, and he thought he had a fucking plan for him, but clearly it didn't work out.
Yeah. I always remember Derek Carr was just peppering the Broncos defense. I can't remember what it was, if it was him, but he had like a ton of completions in a row against the Broncos in one game. No, he was just on fire. Couldn't be stopped. That's all I always remember Derek Carr, just beating the shit out of the Broncos.
I just remember him always getting sacked by Joey Bosa.
I remember the year that Joey Bosa came out saying that once you hit him, he crumbles.
And then once he hit him, he crumbled that next game. That shit was
and then
hilarious.
the second game we played you guys, Joey Bosa couldn't even get close to Carr, and then that's when we beat y'all and we went to the playoffs. And they told Bosa what happened, and he just walked away and went to the locker room. No, that one was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I don't think he was the same after his leg injury.
Of course not.
That's what really, that was his best year too.
What
year was that?
2016.
Yeah, I was about to say 16.
He was supposed to. He was up. He was running for MVP that year.
Would they win 12 games that year?
Yeah,
Something like
we
that.
won 12 before.
Yeah, that was a really good season. Then he got hurt. Never know what could have been.
Yeah, a lot of people say that is that what could have been, but I mean that's been the Raiders for the last 25
What
years.
could have been, yeah. I
I
don't
mean,
know. About
after
the
that, it
last
just seemed
one.
like he always heard footsteps coming. You know, he was always scared to get hit after that.
Yeah, I mean, like Rosa said, at the moment, like once he gets hit, after that, he was just anytime anybody got close, he would either get rid of the ball or he would just run, and you know,
And he wasn't the same running after that either. He was a willing runner before that, and then after that, it just seemed like he's like, nah, I'm just Mr. Checkdown.
I mean, people say he's a Mr. Checkdown, but I mean, Tom Brady that's how he made his career, checkdowns.
Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with checkdowns if you're moving the ball down the field and winning football games.
But,
Or at least putting your team in a position to win football games. The Raiders didn't win a lot of football
I low-key thought he was going to help the Saints like improve, but that first year, I could honestly say their offensive coordinator was just trash. And it was, I don't know what year.
No, did Peyton have him there for a year, or was it the year he left?
It was a couple years after he left.
Yeah,
He was retired for a couple of years. I forgot.
After his first season with the Saints, they got rid of the offensive coordinator, but like the year after that, he ended up getting hurt, and then he just kept getting hurt after that.
Yeah, the Saints are a freaking mess, man. Now they go into this season with Shuck, Hayner, and Rattler.
Rattler,
Oh,
yeah.
Spencer
I was
Rattler.
gonna
Yeah,
say.
so they're gonna have to find one of those three guys to be the starter. Might as well just throw Shuck out there and see what you got.
That's
Yeah,
the
you've
rookie,
already
right?
seen
The one that picked
Rattler.
up?
Yeah, he's the one that they drafted this year.
Yeah, you've already seen Rattler, so he didn't do much last year whatsoever. So
And then I think I just saw that they actually didn't they pick up another quarterback?
maybe undrafted.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
he was an
think
undrafted,
like an
rookie.
undrafted
Undrafted
guy,
free agent.
someone that none of us would know. But yeah, Hayner. I remember seeing that picture of him, and someone on Twitter said, "This fool's gonna call a tush push on 3rd and 15." That might be my favorite tweet of all time. I was laughing so hard when I saw that. So yeah, they're a mess, man. Glad Derek Carr was able to retire. Hopefully, I mean, it sounds like he's already set up in Fresno or Clovis and ready to just kind of settle down with the fam and live life, man. So shout out to Derek Carr, man.
Yeah, they showed a video of him the first day of his retirement. He's already like, because he's always been a big family guy, so he's already like having plans with his family. But yeah,
another guy that's really hard to hate. When he was with the Raiders, obviously he beat the Broncos quite a few times and had some really good games. It was always hard to hate him.
definitely helped me win some money on that.
Yeah, definitely won Edgar some money from me.
Speaking of retired quarterbacks from the AFC West, you guys see that video of John Gruden going to go meet or go visit Phillip Rivers out in Alabama?
No.
He had his 18-month-old son.
Who did?
Rivers did. Oh, no. He had his 6-month-old grandson saying
Phillip Rivers did?
Saying that his 18-month-old son will be throwing TD passes to his 6-month-old grandson here in a couple years.
Wow. Damn, that makes me feel old that Phillip Rivers has a grandson.
Well, I mean, his first kid was in college.
Yeah.
So,
Well, still.
and he's on number. He's got 10.
He just literally just said that his son's gonna be throwing to his grandson.
That's crazy. Yeah, that makes me feel real old. So I definitely remember watching Phillip Rivers tear up the Broncos too.
And talk shit with no cuss
words. Yeah.
Good old Phil.
Yeah. Any other news tidbits we need to cover today? Again, I mean, rookie camp happened.
Yeah,
Anything interesting coming out of rookie camp other than rookies are there playing football?
I mean, it's the same
Not a whole
old thing.
lot,
They're all
yeah.
doing good, but no
Yeah.
pads, so we don't really.
At this point, it's so easy to get excited. I know I've read and listened to a lot of different Broncos stuff talking about how great the rookies look. We'll find out.
One thing that
I try not to get too excited at this point.
One thing that's kind of like crazy for me is that a lot of like NFL networks are actually they're talking pretty good about the Raiders draft.
It's been a long time.
So I'm like, for me, it's always been like they overdrafted or they fucking, what were they thinking? And I'm like, this year is just like, holy shit, people are actually being like, oh, they did pretty good. So,
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully down the years, if they keep it up.
Yeah, national media, the tide is turning on the Raiders for sure, and they're starting to give them a little bit of credit. And I mean, a lot of changes are happening over there, so you could definitely see the Raiders not being a joke next year. Unfortunately,
And their coach is
they actually
pretty nice to the media, very inviting to them. He's never really had too.
But he's also a good head coach. So
Yeah, but he's never had too much beef with media. He's never been mean to them, things like that. Like you see with other head coaches, they're kind of just like
Sean
they hate
Payton.
the media.
Like Sean Payton.
Yeah. I mean, Jim Harbaugh just lies to the media, but with a smile.
Well, all coaches. I mean, you heard the term coach speak all the time. It's all lies.
True.
Or just not necessarily lies, but definitely hiding the truth and all that good stuff. Anything else? Anything outside the division? Anything that garnered any interest?
Well, with the Chargers, just the way they ran their rookie camp this year, it was just no one-on-ones. No, let's see how you do against another good quality high pick. It was all just running drills. I guess they just wanted to see they wanted to evaluate the players a little more. Almost like, it felt like it's almost like they were running another combine just to see the skills that they have, how their athleticism is. And they say like, well, they're going to get into one-on-ones, 11-on-11s. It's kind of unfair to try to teach them our playbook in 2 hours and expect them to know it out there and basically you're trying to pick out who learned the playbook best instead of looking at their athleticism and what made them stand out in college. So, I mean, on that side of it, I kind of see it, but I would have liked to see them going at one another instead of just a receiver going out for a pass, running a route.
There's plenty of time for that, man. It's only fucking May. So.
Yeah, but just to see the little bit more competition.
They can't really do any contact, so right now it's just getting the body in shape for
Yeah,
down
it's
the
just
road.
getting out there and getting a little bit of football in yet. There's so much time left before the season.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Unfortunately, we have what is it, May? So we still have
3.5, 4 months.
4 months to wait. Yeah,
Football until real football.
Yeah, so they got time to get the pads on and start hitting and doing all that cool shit. So, should we get into past players on our present team that would put them over the hump?
Yeah, why not?
We'll do one on offense, one on defense, and
Real quick, how many primetime games do you guys think is?
That's a good prompt. Well, the Broncos already have one on the schedule with the Chiefs. So do the Chargers, right? That's a primetime game.
Are you talking about the one that's overseas?
No, that's not a primetime.
I was about to say, do they consider those?
No, that's at 6:30 a.m., bro.
Yeah.
I mean, technically,
prime time is like
it's prime drinking time, I guess.
prime time is like during the week and the afternoon, like 5, 6
like
o'clock.
it's Mondays or like Friday, Sunday night,
Thursdays.
It's the night game.
Thursdays, yeah.
It's the standalone night game.
I was about to say standalone,
but that's what I meant, like because
it is a standalone game, but most people are sleeping or at church. One of the two. I'll be awake and I'll be drinking. Let's see. Primetime games for the Broncos. I don't know. I mean, you got the Chiefs already. You think they'll probably have another divisional game. I'd say probably the Chargers. The Washington Commanders. That's 3 easy ones, I think. And there's a chance that they play like maybe the Bengals, since last year's Bengals-Broncos game was a banger. So if I had to guess, I'd probably say 4.
I'd probably go with the same with the Chargers to start off. For last year, they shorted them 3 at the beginning of the season, but they ended up turning into 5 with a couple games getting flexed. So I'd say 4 to start, with the possibility of getting an extra 2, so maybe 6. That's what they did a couple years ago, is started them off with 4 and then was able to flex them into 2 more. I mean, hopefully we do get flexed, because that means our teams are playing good.
No, I mean, for me, I think there's going to be at least 3, maybe 2, but no, at least that third one, or maybe more than just a 3, maybe flexed.
Well, outside of the division, do you think there's one for the Raiders outside the division?
I feel like there's going to be a couple for the division. Like,
but I'm saying outside
of the division.
They're scheduled Jacksonville, Tennessee, Cleveland, Baltimore, Giants, Cincinnati.
You guys are playing the
Houston, Indy, New England, Philly, Washington.
Maybe the Philly one, because they probably want to be like Ashton Genty versus fucking Shaquan, but
maybe
possibly.
But I mean,
again, that's another fucking wash. So Philly's about to smack the Raiders. The Raiders are getting better this year, but Philly just won the Super Bowl, the best team in the league.
Yeah, we like the Chargers and Commanders would be.
We were the only AFC besides the Chiefs. We were the only AFC West team to beat the Ravens last year, and we were ass.
I know, that was week 2. I remember I was at a tailgate before the Bronco game and saw that score and was like, what the hell happened?
Yeah, we
ruined one of my parlays too. I was freaking pissed now.
So, I mean, plus it's the NFL, anything can happen.
True. Yeah. True.
But I'll stick to my 3.
Yeah, I think 3's.
But 2 of them probably going to be AFC West.
Yeah, if the Raiders are going to be on prime time, it'll be a divisional game.
Yeah.
With
Especially with more Monday night games sprinkled in here and there, they'll have 2 of them sometimes. So
true.
Those West Coast teams are always the beneficiary of that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, moving on.
Yes, sir.
Well, a couple of housekeeping things here. Again, if you're made it this far here into the podcast, huge shout out to you. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit us with a like, subscribe to our channel if you like what we're doing. We're going to keep doing this at least once a week. God willing, we'll do a couple of times a week, especially when the season starts to roll around. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I want to give a quick shout out again to our favorite beer, Figueroa Mountain. Brewed here just outside of Lompoc, about 10 miles down the road in Bealton. Best beer in the world. If you like a nice heavy IPA, Lizard's Mouth, that's my favorite beer of all time. Nice little 9%er, get you a 6-pack. Have one or two a night, you're good, man. Beats drinking a couple of nice little Coors Lights. Having to drink like 4 or 5 of those. You drink one Lizard's Mouth, you're good to go.
Yeah, I'm more of a long-term drinker. So I like the Agua Santas, though. Those are all dayers. All dayers for me.
Yeah, they are. That's what I got in my hand right now. Agua Santa. So shout out Fig. And then got a couple of comments on the last video. Huge shout out to these guys, man. Leaving comments. Especially since we're just starting to get our feet under us. This is our 8th episode, so having some people leaving comments on the pod is really cool. First one, Flacco Jody 2130. Really like this guy's comment. Agree with him. Peyton is the best coach in the division.
I mean, thanks for the comment, but yeah, you're crazy, bro. Fuck that.
I love it, man. Love the confidence.
I mean, he was like a fan that actually literally commented about the coaches, so I'll give him that. But yeah, come on now, man.
No, I love the comment, dude. Thank you for watching. Thank you for leaving a comment. Maybe, who knows how things go this year. Maybe I'll agree with you. Next one, Cake J1. Nice show, guys. AFC West is powerhouse. Could see anywhere from 2 to 4 teams making the playoffs if Bengals and Patriots lose enough.
Well, shoot, we already saw 3 last year, so.
Crazier things have happened, man. I thought the Broncos were a year out last year. They made the playoffs. I think the Raiders are a few years off because they got to get a different quarterback in there.
I don't think so.
All right, we'll see. But, I mean, shit, crazy things happen in the NFL. So
True.
I mean, that's a good point. The Bengals and the Patriots are definitely going to be up there in that wild card race. So if they have weird years and maybe lose a couple games at the end of the season, you never know. Maybe there's the first time ever 4 teams come out of the division for the playoffs. Then my favorite comment, Inspection T9W. Guy in the middle is a hater. That's me. Terrible podcast. Love it, man. Shout out to you. Super, you're definitely not a hater leaving a negative comment on a podcast with 28 subscribers in the middle of the day on a fucking Friday. So I'll watch my language because this is a podcast that maybe some kids are watching. But yeah, man, thanks for listening.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you are right. Alex is a hater, but
I mean, that's kind of the whole point of this podcast.
I know. I was like, Alex is a hater. But I mean, the first part he had right. The second part, I don't agree with whatsoever. Bad podcast.
Hopefully in a couple of years, we look back at these episodes and we go, holy shit, that was a terrible podcast. If we don't, that means we never got better. My plan is to get better at this, Inspection T9W. So check in a couple of years, man. Maybe you'll like us again. Or at least you'll check us out at that point.
At least also like kind of answered about the coach. I'm like, come on now.
Yeah, I mean, the whole point of this podcast is kind of hate on each other's teams, especially when the season rolls around and actual things are going on. So,
yeah. So
you think I'm a hater now?
Yeah, feel free to leave a comment. More hate. The more hate, the better, man.
Yeah,
we're all about that smoke.
Yeah, you drove all that traffic to our channel, man. We got 145 views on that last video. So, you know what? Suck it, bro.
Inspection T9W,
man. Freaking hater. But yeah, thanks for watching, man. And then he said barely.
Thanks for barely watching, then.
Yeah.
Thanks for hitting the click, dude. I got you with the thumbnail.
Views of you.
So let's get into our last little segment here to round off the night. We're going to pick a player from the past, both from the offense and the defense, to add to the current roster to see if we could build a championship team. I think
last goes first.
Yeah, all 3 franchises.
I was let the hater go first, but I forgot we're all haters, so I guess I'll go first.
We're all definitely haters. All 3 franchises definitely have some great players in the past, even if they don't have great players now, like the Raiders. At least they have some in the past that they could reach back into and see if they can help out the team. So what do you got?
We're doing offense first?
Whatever you want to do, man. Just throw them out there.
Okay,
There's
so
no
for my offense, I know everybody would be like, oh, you could just pick a better quarterback, but
He definitely need to pick a better quarterback.
I'm okay with Gino. I at least want to see how he goes. Honestly, my pick would be Lincoln Kennedy, right tackle from 2002. He was basically our best right tackle since that year. I can't really remember any other right tackle that was actually no. Tom, I forgot this guy's name.
Alex Leatherwood.
No,
Richie Incognito.
Richie Incognito was a good guard, but I mean, sadly, his injuries wouldn't let him play. But Lincoln Kennedy was a Raider through and through. He was nasty. He was fucking mauler. He was running people over. So if we have a player like that this upcoming season, that can go, compare up nicely with JPJ and Colin Miller, I feel like Geno Smith will have a good season, and Ashton Genty running right behind that line.
That's smart to go with O-line. I feel like that's what you guys are lacking more than anything.
Well, yeah, I mean, right now it's just
use another wide receiver too. I mean,
I was gonna say another wide receiver, but
Randy Moss wasn't. I mean, he was all right with the Raiders, but he wasn't Randy Moss. So
Yeah, but I mean, you could have gone Randy Moss. You could have gone
Jerry
Rice, Tim
picked-
Brown.
Tim
You
Brown,
could, all
But
these
the
guys.
reason
man.
why I didn't was because I want to see the rookies play. I want to see Jack Bash play. I mean, they've been hyping him up all rookie camp, but I mean, I want to see him play, see how he does. And I mean, besides that, like we're good on tight end, we're good on running backs. Yeah, I mean, we can definitely get better, but I would like to see how the season goes and see if it really if we really do need to upgrade those positions.
true. There's a lot of different ways you could have won. I mean, running back. I mean, you say you're good. I mean, Genty, obviously, a lot of hype around him going into this season, but he is a rookie. You don't know.
Yeah, but I mean,
You don't know he's going to be better than Josh Jacobs, or he's going to be better than like Napoleon Kaufman, or
But like he said, if they're behind a shitty line, then they're still not going to be as good as they were at the time. Whatever they had at the time was what made them great too.
I mean,
almost like they should have thought about that in the draft this year.
I mean, I think Pete Carroll did say that he was okay with the line. Like, yeah,
you're not going to go in there and talk shit about the guys you just drafted, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
it's like, we got Genty, but he's going to suck this
but
year.
But if they were if they actually needed help, wouldn't they just gone with an offensive lineman? Like, they wouldn't just be like, "Oh, I know I said this, but
but you don't want to reach. You like most teams want to go best available, which is best available. It doesn't matter the position, but you don't want to overreach just because you need a lineman, a tackle, whatever you may need. You don't want to reach for somebody in the third round that you could have been there in the fifth round. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I think Amar Mambu wasn't gonna be in the second or third round.
No, hell no. I mean, when did he ended up going pretty?
He ended up going the next pick to the Jets.
Yeah. So, but I mean, I don't know. It just reminds me of Alex Leatherwood again. They picked him at 15 or 16. He had like a third round grade on him. So I don't know.
But
a lot of different options.
That's more what I meant. Is like you don't want to overreach. Just let the board fall to you as it.
That's the thing.
To.
Like even like it's not really reaching because he was projected in top 10. Amar Mambu, Campbell, which went to the Patriots. Who else was it? I forgot the other lineman. There's 3 linemen that were projected to be at least top 15. So I mean, I wouldn't say they were going to be reaching if they were to went linemen, but I think they just saw a bigger need in our running back room.
Yeah, time will tell, right? I mean, time will tell. I think Genty's going to have a good career, regardless. I think the conversation is going to be could they have taken someone like a Trayvon Henderson or a Hampton? I guess not. Hampton didn't fall the second round. Or what was the other Ohio State guy? You could have picked someone with that first round pick and then gotten someone else.
I think that's what the Chargers kind of did last year. They didn't want to overreach for something that they needed.
I don't even know if it's a reach. I'm just saying, could you have sacrificed the best running back in the draft to get in a deep draft, get the second, third, fourth running back, and then upgrade the O line.
Yeah, because
that's where I was heading with it.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, if you guys remember our last, or not this last one, but the one we were talking about, actual like the draft. I also said that I wouldn't mind them taking Omar and Mambu this round, and then second round waiting for a running back.
Right.
But in the end of the day, they know more than I do. So
Yeah.
like that's what I'm saying. Like they.
I don't know.
Like,
I think Omar and I could say that about our teams and our staff. I don't know, man. You might know more about who's running the Raiders. I don't know. It's a new regime.
The Chargers went the exact opposite last year. They went with the O line, and then they let him get a year of experience. Now they went with the running back first round, and even last year played out perfect for them. Just how it went first round, second round with Ladd in the second round. That was the steal of the draft, I feel, last year with Ladd McConkey catching him, and they actually traded up for him, but still think it's the steal of the draft last year.
Yeah, never know how it's gonna go.
Yeah.
So right tackle, huh?
Yeah, I'll definitely go right tackle. Just because I'm not sure about how I admit it, like I'm not sure how this O line's gonna be. So, but I do looking at the draft picks that they picked up, I do see that they're gonna be better than last year, especially if they stay healthy.
Okay.
But for me, getting on that right tackle just solidifies that O line for me.
So you think that right tackle would put you guys into playoff contenders?
Yeah.
Right.
So I mean, like I'll even say it this way: like if DJ Glaze ends up taking a big step,
DJ Glaze,
like our offense, like if our O line is better than last year's, I can see us winning more games and being competitive in multiple games, even to the point where even versus any of you guys, like even it's like last year the first week that we played the Broncos, we were close to going up 17-0 until Minshew had to throw that freaking pick six, and we were a horrible team and a horrible offense that couldn't run the ball against a defense that was top 5.
Yeah, shout out Patrick Surtain.
If it wasn't for that pick six, and
man, that's a dark world living in. Man, what if we almost Broncos fed to do that for a while now. I'm so glad I'm out of it.
No, you can trust me. You're not even going to be close to being out of it.
I don't know, man. We made the playoffs last year. It's gotten a lot better. But yeah, let's move on. Guess I'll go. Broncos offense. I didn't really think about this before we started recording the pod. I mean, the easy one, I guess, would be to go to quarterback, right? That always upgrades the team if you could bring in like a Hall of Fame guy like Peyton Manning or John Elway. But that's a little too easy. So I'm not going to go that route. Even though, obviously, Peyton Manning over Bo Nix would be a huge upgrade. I think Bo Nix would admit that. Broncos need a running back. I mean, you could look at Terrell Davis or even like Clinton Portis.
That would have been a good one.
Yeah, Floyd Little, the franchise. You go back to him. A lot of great running backs. I don't think I'm going to go running back. Go tight end. We have Evan Ingram. I mean, you could look at Shannon Sharp. But I think I'm going to go wide receiver. I'm going to go Demaryius Thomas. If you could add Demaryius Thomas to this Broncos team at his height, at his peak in his career, I mean, put him there with Sutton and then some of the young guys. That's a lot of targets on the field that you really have to worry about for opposing defenses. So, and then just a for sure target for Bo Nix to help him grow and mature and take that next step forward in the second year. So yeah, I mean Demaryius Thomas on the offense.
Yeah, that's a big target for him. Easy targets, a lot of easy throws, easy catches for him, especially because the wingspan.
I mean, Tebow hit him in the middle of the field to win that playoff game against the Steelers. So, I mean, if Tebow can hit him in the middle of the field, you know Bo Nix is. Demaryius Thomas, one of the best receivers to ever do it. RIP. You take him at his peak, put him on this team. I think that makes a huge difference. Broncos could still use some help at wide receiver. And there's no better help than Demaryius Thomas. So that would be my pick. Offensive line is pretty set, So don't really need to look at offensive line.
I'm surprised you wouldn't take a running back.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, it could have went like Terrell Davis, 2,000-yard rusher, Super Bowl MVP. Obviously, he'd make a big difference.
I mean, like, don't get me wrong, he is a good pick there, Darius Thomas, but your guys' running game just needs
It was pretty.
You need that
It was pretty
balance.
rough last year.
So
But I have faith that the Broncos brass and Peyton made the right pick in RJ. However, they see something there. So
The law firm of Peyton and Peyton.
Peyton, Peyton, if you want to put in Peyton Manning on that one. But yeah, I definitely could use a running back for sure. But yeah, I mean, I'm going to Mary's. I think wide receiver would really open this thing up for the Broncos.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
No?
Well, so go for the Chargers. Could have gone a lot of different ways. We've had a lot of good players. Could have gone running back, some guy, just a Hall of Famer, LT.
Mm-hmm.
Could go with the receiver who was recently on the team with Keenan Allen. Get him back with Justin Herbert.
Vince Jackson.
No, I mean Vincent Jackson was a beast when he was with them. R.I.P. to Vincent Jackson too. But I'm gonna have to go with the newest, who's gonna be the newest edition of the NFL Hall of Fame, which is Antonio Gates.
That's a good pick.
The way that we're constructed right now, I think that would be the best addition to the Chargers. Antonio Gates. We got Tyler Conklin, but he's a good player, sure hands.
Sure, no Hall of
He's
Fame.
Yeah, exactly. He's not going to be anything. You already know what he is. It's not like he's got this huge upside. It's just average player, maybe a little bit of upside, but it's not going to be more than that. With Antonio Gates, like I said, Hall of Fame pedigree. He's going to get all those easy catches for you. He's going to open up the middle of the field. He's going to make life easier for the rest of the team. Running game, receivers, quarterback, everybody.
Yeah, he'd definitely be a good pick. Antonio Gates was a beast when he was doing his thing. So, just a for sure target in the middle of the field for Herbert to hit for his little TikTok compilations. And I mean, there's not going to be much that
Bo.
Gates is going to be able to do to help prevent Herbert from Herberting in the playoffs. But I mean, he'll get him to the playoffs for sure.
He'll get there. He'll do more. Time will tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if Mike Williams can stay healthy, and then Ladd McConkey, yeah, Antonio Gates would be definitely a good threat. Get those guys open, take most of the coverage, and then with your guys' two running backs.
Yeah, like I said, I could have gone with another Hall of Fame running back, LT, which is one of the best to ever do it, but I just feel like the way that this team is currently constructed, the tight end room needs a little bit more help, a lot more help than what the running game does.
Yeah.
And even if it is at an older age, when he was still putting up numbers, at least I could ensure that he's going to show the newer, younger guys, how it's done, how to be a professional about the game.
Yeah, that's a good pick. Good pick. Okay, running on defense.
Defense.
Go back to you, Edgar. Yeah.
Defense, I could definitely go safety. We still need a free safety. I can definitely go corner because we have a lot of young corners. But the one position that to this day I feel like we've always been struggling to cover, or to at least fill in, is linebacker. And it's mostly the weak side Is it weak side linebackers that cover the tight end, or does it matter?
Strong. It depends on where they line them up, honestly.
Well, a linebacker that can cover, basically.
Coverage linebacker.
There you go. Coverage linebacker.
So I'm gonna go with Thomas Howard. Rest in peace. Last time when I first started watching football, he was one of my favorite players.
I like the way you said that. Watching the football.
I almost thought you were the Bob Boucher. You want to play the football?
Yeah, he was definitely a great player.
A really good player. He was just really good at coverage. He had 2 touchdowns returned. He had at least 6, I think, that season. And he was just a really good player. He paired really well with our middle linebacker, Kirk Morrison, Captain Kirk. But yeah, ever since those 2 left the team because we wanted to go somewhere like something different, I guess, it pretty much sucked. Yeah, like we haven't been able to fill up that linebacker group.
Even with that high draft pick you guys took a while back, Rolando McClain.
Yeah,
Was he a first rounder?
Yeah, he was a first rounder, but he was supposed to be like Kirk Morrison, where it's stopping them run and everything. But he was just wild.
I remember it was just like underwhelming overall.
He was very underwhelming with us, but when he went to the Cowboys, he actually balled out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he played much better when he left.
That's another experience you get with the Raiders is just, well, at least who knows now, but in the past, it's just the bad coaching just never gets the best out of players.
It's like last time I was talking to somebody, it was like, oh, Raiders like this and that. I'm like, dude, they kept switching so many coaches these last 25 years that there's no consistency. Like they changed schemes, they changed everything.
They're still paying like 5 of them.
Yeah, so it's just like it's ridiculous. Hopefully with this new regime, like it's just consistent and they don't take bullshit.
Still the same owner, so we'll see how it goes.
Still the same haircut,
I
bro.
was about to say the same haircut too.
That's fine. He moved the team to a good place, so we'll see.
Sure. Yeah.
Yes, I am sure.
Broncos?
Again, a lot of great players on the defense from the past. But I'm just going to have to add a strength to a strength. Champ Bailey. You have Patrick Surtain and Champ Bailey. You're locking down. I mean, even if you look at an offense of like the Bengals, where you got Higgins and Chase, I mean, neither of those guys are getting open against Patrick Surtain and Champ Bailey. So you're locking down.
Damn, anything to beat those Bengals, huh?
Well, anything to beat those Bengals, man. So, I mean, you're taking those. I mean, you're taking
the Bengals. Sorry, but the Bengals and the Browns.
I mean, they beat the Browns. So.
But to hold down Jerry Jeudy.
Again, I mean, they were down Riley Moss. So Levi Wallace, if you're watching.
I think he's too busy trying to find a job right now.
Yeah, well, you know what? Got room on the couch for a podcast. Yeah, I mean, if you add Champ Bailey to this defense, now you're looking at just so much depth in that secondary that there's not a single wide receiver that you're going to be able to hit to get open. Your only luck is going to be able to try to run the ball, and good luck. Yeah, you add Champ Bailey to this defense, and best defense of all time, and winning the Super Bowl for sure this year.
That's a good pick.
Yeah.
Champ Bailey was and probably is the best, who knows, to ever do it for the Broncos. Still Patrick Surtain to maybe surpass him, but
he's got some time to do it, man.
Yep.
I mean, he already won Defensive Player of the Year last year. We'll see what he does this year.
Yeah, I was always
him to get better. So.
I was always hesitant to hype up the Chargers passing game when we were going up against the Broncos in those years.
Yeah, you're lucky that Surtain got hurt this year on that first play of the game. So, yeah, I mean, if you have Surtain and Champ Bailey on the same defense, no one's getting open. Riley Moss probably sitting there in the corner with Jahdae Barron now, and you just have depth all across the board. Yeah, you're not getting any against the Broncos with Champ on this defense. So definitely Champ Bailey.
Nice, good pick. Good pick. For the Chargers,
That's it.
On defense, there's a couple guys that I thought about. The big mauler, Jamal Williams in the middle, which had probably our best defensive tackle of all time. Could have gone back to Joey Bosa's prime with the Chargers, but I felt like that was too recent. And I went back and forth with this, and I ended up with some guy you just can't go wrong with, Junior Seau.
Yeah,
Junior Seau paired with Deion Henley, that middle of the field would be locked down. And on top of that, with Derwin James, there's nobody in the middle. Nobody wants to run to that middle of the field. Nobody.
True.
They're going to lock down the run game. They're going to lock down the middle of the field. It's going to make the job easier for the rest of the defense. And shoot, good luck to any running back.
Yeah, no, Junior Seau was real. RIP to him too, man.
Yeah, rest in peace.
We got a lot of
players that aren't with us anymore.
Passed on, in this conversation.
A lot of great players.
Yeah,
a lot of great players, man.
Yeah, Junior Seau was real. He was another one that was hard to hate rooting against when the Broncos and Chargers were playing. It's like Great player, hard to hate. Had a couple of those.
I mean, I could hate him, but still a good player.
Yeah.
I don't know. I never hated Junior Seau, man. He was awesome. I loved watching him play.
His enthusiasm, just the way he went about it, is just.
Well, yeah, I mean, like
he
when
never
they play, you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
But when you see him in person, I'm like, dude, you're badass.
Yep. And I went over him over Antonio Cromartie. And that was like my 1A, just because of the way this team's constructed. I feel like they would need a number one, but a number one, a CB1, because they got a couple young guys that have a lot of promise, that had a good rookie year last year. Hopefully they keep climbing, but I feel like just locking down that middle would be key.
Yeah, I mean, corner is definitely a premier position. I was looking at Von Miller, another premier position on the edge and an edge rusher. Obviously, could definitely use him, but when I just thought about it a little bit more, I mean, Champ Bailey.
There's like one in every level for you guys.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely been some great players for the Broncos, Chargers, and Raiders in the past. Yeah,
I'm surprised you didn't go with a quarterback. I'm surprised you didn't go with like a Rich Gannon to put you over the top.
Rich Gannon, honestly, he kind of reminds me a lot of Geno. Like, I mean, I know he was part of how, but I mean, we picked him up after he was playing with the Chiefs, I think it was. Or I forgot what team he was playing before. And he was just a very accurate quarterback. He was just able to, give the ball out to the, and Geno, I mean, he's pretty accurate, so I would like to see how he plays, but in our system. But I already know that, if when it comes down to it, he's not going to be the one that's going to help us win a Super Bowl.
No, definitely not.
And then for running back, I could have picked, Bo Jackson. I could have picked Josh Jacobs. I could have picked everybody, but same thing. It's like I just want to see.
Oh, you're not going to shout out the hometown hero?
Napoleon Kaufman, man.
Napoleon,
Shout out
dude.
Napoleon Kaufman.
Shout out Lompo.
I mean, it's kind of crazy how he gave up playing just to become a passer, but respects to him. Like he was the prime. Like he was one of the best. Like he was honestly a really good Raider. That's why it kind of shocks me. But no disrespect, as he was just a baller.
Yeah,
another one of the greatest to come. Well, probably the greatest to come out of Lompoc.
Yeah.
Greatest athlete. There's another couple here come out, but still, I think he really. I mean, back in the '80s, who knew about Lompoc?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he's the one that kind of
definitely the first.
Put Lompoc on the map.
Yeah. Okay, well, I think it does it for this week, boys. Got another episode down. Again, thank you so much for anybody that's listening. We're having a really good time doing this. Our plan is to keep doing it. So if you are watching, again, please hit the like and subscribe button. Keep us rolling, and we'll keep doing this weekly until the season rolls, and then hopefully maybe we'll do a couple more.
Yeah, leave a comment just like the inspector did, man.
Hell yeah, Inspector T9W, man. Leave another comment, bitch.
We're all about that smoke, man. Bring it.
If you gotta say something, just say it with your chest.
Yeah, bro. So a lot of fun this week. We'll see you again next week. Cheers.
Cheers.
271 days until Bo Nix wins his first Super Bowl.